Won't you take me back to Tennessee?
The award-winning Tennessee WildCast is on the air with the latest info about hunting, fishing, boating, wildlife watching, and all things outdoors. This episode is brought to you by GSM Outdoors, whose vision is to preserve the sportsman's legacy, fuel innovation, and enable the next generation of outdoor enthusiasts. Think outside. That's where you'll find us. Now, make welcome your host, Jason Harmon.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of Tennessee WildCast. We're glad you're tuning in. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We got an awesome show lined up for you today, and Miss Mimi Barnes is in the house.
Hey, in the house.
She is our Public Information Officer in Region 3, and I'm happy to have her in studio helping co-host today. We got a special show for you.
Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty excited to be here. Been working on a fun project for a while with biodiversity.
Yeah, and speaking of biodiversity, we have Josh Campbell in the house. He's our Chief of Biodiversity. Thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you for having me and allowing us to tell this story.
Yeah, I'm excited to talk about the topic today, and we'll dive into that in just a minute. So, real quick, Don's not here, so I'm going to do the radio shout-out. WJDT in Morristown airs WildCast on Saturday mornings at 5:30. That's just across the bridge from our Region 4 office there in Morristown. So appreciate WJDT for airing WildCast on Saturday mornings. And we appreciate all our other radio partners out there who share the show and air the show from Mountain City to Memphis. We got quite a few stations across the state, and we appreciate you guys for tuning in on the podcast, on YouTube. Go subscribe, like, share, and all that fun stuff. So
definitely
keep the word moving and keep sharing what we're talking about, because there's a lot of great things happening in the state.
So many cool things, especially what we're about to share. I mean, I think this is tops right now.
Oh yeah. I'm excited to learn more. I know a little bit, and I've been a part of the conversations, but all the details and all the behind-the-scenes stuff happening. You and your team, Ashley Garrison, right, and then Josh and his team in biodiversity have really been putting a lot of work into this. So let's hear more. So
let's not hold the suspense any longer.
So let's just go ahead and tell folks what we're talking about. The TBS, and it's not the radio, the TV station, right?
No. The Tennessee Biodiversity Summit, premier, first in the state, inaugural, you name it. It is a big event that's about to happen.
First of many to come.
Awesome. So when you say Biodiversity Summit, what are we talking about?
Well, we're talking about the biodiversity of the state.
Okay.
We use that term biodiversity often, but we really don't talk about what that diversity is, and that's what the summit is geared for, to learn about the diversity of the state, all the different species of fish, crayfish, things like that. So we're trying to tell a story and educate the public on what the state has. And why it's so diverse.
Well, it's one of the most biodiverse states. I mean, we have some. What is it? The most biodiverse river in the state, right?
Yes,
I mean,
the
Duck River.
Yes.
I mean, we've got a lot of gems, both just in the habitat and the wildlife of this state.
One of the most diverse inland states as well.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. When I think about Tennessee, I think all these fantastic things take place, and we're tasked with the care of all Tennessee's species. And in case people don't feel the weight of that, just sit with that for a minute. We have, 9% of the state's land?
Yes.
In which to manage all of the state species. And we're often focusing on those game species, which really our hunters and anglers are our conservationists across the state. But there's so much more that we're tasked with, and federal dollars that come in, all these fantastic things that go to help all wildlife species. And Mr. Josh Campbell is our chief over that. So amazing task that takes place. The Biodiversity Summit also is for everyone. One of the goals is just to bring like-minded people together. So here we are. We talk about hellbender salamanders all the time. Everybody gets all excited in the office.
Snot otters.
Snot otters. But you might be a backyard bird watcher or plant native flowers in your yard or slow down and look at a deer on the side of the road. You're the person who's invited to this conference, everybody. And that was one of the big goals. Let's bring all these like-minded people together and let them hear about the great work that's taking place through Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency and Biodiversity. And then we also want to make sure they have actionable steps that they can leave the conference with that day. It might be that they just write down a bird list of what they're seeing at a bird feeder, or tell iNaturalists that they saw a certain bug in their yard. Or it might be something bigger, like becoming a Tennessee volunteer naturalist and volunteering on the Nature Conservancy's land in some capacity, or state parks land, or on occasion even TWRA's land.
I think that's cool. It's given the public an opportunity to play a part. And
Yes.
almost play biologist, and
for sure.
share that information that they're seeing, because there's only so many of us, we can't be out and be everywhere, so that's cool,
Yeah, and conservation and recovery is going to take all of us. It's not going to take just a few of us. We built a lot of great partnerships. The agency has over the decades, but here recently we've even built more, and so we'll have a lot of partners there as well. And some exciting news to share because of those partnerships being built during the summit.
Okay, all right. More to come on that later.
More to come for sure.
And even back up a second, Josh, and tell listeners what does biodiversity do? I hinted towards it, but how many people work in the division, and what are you out there focusing on right now?
Yeah, so we are in the field operations side of things in the agency. We're the smallest field operations division. We have 27 full-time staff members.
Wow, that's lower than I thought.
Whoa, slow down. That's not even one per county.
That is true. And we actually oversee basically all the conservation management and planning for non-game species. All the species the agency has the regulatory authority to deal with. So that includes birds, mammals, crayfish, mussels, amphibians and reptiles, as well as fish. So it's about 1,600 species. So it's hard for just 27 people to do all the work that's needed. So partnerships are big, but we got staff spread across the state, working on a variety of projects. Right now, our dive team's in service this week. Next week, we're having a benthic blitz on the Buffalo River watershed. Benthic blitz, so everything underwater.
Okay.
Cool.
So they'll be doing surveys throughout the Buffalo River watershed. It's one that's kind of been undersurveyed here in recent years, and so they'll be looking at crayfish and mussels and bringing them back and identifying them, capturing the data, things like that. So and a lot of the information that we collect, our staff collects, it feeds into our state wildlife action plan and helps with some priority setting and conservation planning.
Okay, yeah. Well, let's go back real quick on that dive team. I forget that the dive team's under the biodiversity division, and we talked about doing a show on that at some point. We need to get that on the books and dive deeper. But pun intended. I didn't even mean to do that. But that is very cool. Just that team that you have to put together. There's a lot of training that goes into diving and things like that. But they even assist with other adventures too, right? I mean, like boats that maybe go down, or looking for cars, or looking for people sometimes, or whatever, helping law enforcement, right?
Oh yeah. They primarily, for us, they do a lot of scientific diving. Yeah. The deeper parts of the rivers that harbor that biodiversity, those rare fish, crayfish, mussels. Yeah. They get down 40, 50 feet of water and pull those up for us. But they actually get a lot of requests from outside the agency, from law enforcement partners. And they do weapon recoveries, or assist with weapon recoveries and investigations that way. So it's a pretty unique team, and we're proud to have them within our division and the work that they do.
Yeah, and they got a really cool boat too.
They do, and they use words like Cumberland monkey face.
Yes, yeah.
Wait, isn't it monkey face?
It's Cumberland monkey face, yes.
And that's a type of mussel.
Oh, okay.
Josh and I were just talking. I realized like we speak a completely different language within the agency at time. That there are these animals out there that most people don't know about, like the Cumberland monkey face, or even though we talk about hellbenders so much, North America's largest salamander, that not everybody knows about those animals. Which I'm bringing it back around to TBS, but for the Biodiversity Summit, which is one of the bases. We want people to know that these animals are out there in existence, and we should care. Their health reflects human health on the landscape, and Josh's team is out there continuously doing this behind-the-scenes work on all these animals to ensure conservation efforts are met for future generations.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Really cool. So let's tell folks how to be a part. I don't know that we've mentioned that yet. Where's it located? Where's the summit happening at? And
So the summit's happening at Middle Tennessee State University in the grand ballroom of the University Center on October 22nd this fall, 2025. And they can, for more information, they can go to tnwildlife.org.
Hey, good commercial.
Yeah.
And Josh is a graduate of that school. It's not we chose it without without that knowledge, but he did do his graduate work there. What's their mascot?
The Blue Raiders.
Blue Raiders.
Go Blue Raiders.
Yeah. I have a little bit of blue in me too. I'm an MTSU graduate. Got a little. I bleed blue, but mostly orange. So
Yes, I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I'm the same way.
That's
orange and blue.
There's more to that story too. Hey, tell folks what you used to do at UT.
I was a student.
Okay, but more than that, you had more fun.
I did. So I was. I walked on. I was on the football team from '95 through '98. So some of the last big years at the university. Hopefully there'll be more good years to come. But so I got to experience a lot of great things at the university, being on the football team and during the highlights.
That's cool. Yeah.
And then moved into the chief of biodiversity position in what year?
21. So,
21.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Great things happening for
Been
sure.
a long, great career. Yeah.
it's been, yeah.
I mean, it's.
I came on 22 years ago.
Yeah.
Stocking trout. So
Wow.
it's got into biodiversity not long after I got hired on, and been in biodiversity ever since. So it's been a great career for sure.
That's cool.
So monkey face is part of his lingo. Just saying.
He's got that down. So MTSU, Murfreesboro, Student Union Building, October 22nd, not too far away. And that's, you can register and find more information at tnwildlife.org. The website has the agenda, has all the information and links to go register. But if you've already decided you want to do it, go to gooutdoorstennessee.com, click events, find the event there and register. So there's a student rate. Is that right? There's a student and a
There's a regular rate, and then we really want to help our students out. So their rate is a half rate from the regular attendance. We're going to feed you that day. Feed you good.
What all's involved in that? What does the registration get you other than the great,
You say
presentation?
it gets you an early,
continental breakfast or continental. Is it? Yeah.
no eggs involved, but a light breakfast, definitely coffee to get us all started in the morning. And then we have 18 different vendors or partnerships that are coming in to help educate, and they're providing those outside opportunities. If someone wants to be involved further, or if they want to learn about something further, for example, say they're really into snakes or they want to learn more about bats, there'll be people on hand that can provide those outlets for them to find further educational opportunities or also further volunteer opportunities.
Okay.
What else, Josh? We have an amazing lineup of speakers. Absolutely amazing.
Starting off with a keynote with Roger McCoy from TDEC. Roger is also designated as the state naturalist. Is one of those individuals, when you go out in the field with him, you're going to learn something every time. He's highly knowledgeable, great individual. So we're excited that Roger is the keynote for the TBS this year.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. I know y'all worked hard on the agenda and worked hard on finding great speakers and presenters, and that's a good one. That's a good keynote, good one to kick it off.
Absolutely.
And there's so many amazing things going on across the state. It was our theme this year is past, present, and future. Where have we been? Where are we now? And where we're hoping to go, or we are going. It's not a matter of hope. We have to get there. And all the great research that takes place on all those different animals that Josh talked about, from Dr. Emma Watson with bats.
Wilcox
with bats.
We also have Brittany Bejo Walker. She's the agency's malacologist. Hopefully somebody learned a new word today.
Yeah.
So she actually oversees our mussel conservation program, freshwater mollusks, snails, things like that. Then we have Dr. Bill Sutton coming from Tennessee State.
Okay.
He's going to talk about reptiles, primarily snakes. Then we have Dr. Matt Niemiller from the University of Alabama at Huntsville. Resident expert on amphibians. He actually studied at MTSU before moving on to UT, since we're highlighting all the alumni. But his expertise is Tennessee cave salamanders, but he knows everything there is about amphibians and reptiles in Tennessee, so we're excited he agreed to speak as well.
Yeah.
And then we have Parker Hildreth. He's an agency employee as well.
Yeah.
He is our crayfish conservation coordinator. We're very fortunate in recent years we've been able to hire Parker. There's very few people in the country that deal with crayfish, and he's very young in his career, but he's considered one of the experts in the country. So we're excited. He's going to speak and spread the knowledge about crayfish. It's a lot of people say crawdads, but the diversity of crayfish in the state is remarkable.
Yeah.
We're still learning more, and Parker's helping us put together conservation actions for some of the rare crayfish in the state.
Well, I know he helped create a poster, which is amazing, and take these photos of these crayfish and stuff. Yeah, he does great work, and we've had him on once, I believe, on WildCast, or maybe I can't remember now. But we need to have him back and dive even more into that. But then Brittany, I've heard great things about her too.
Yes,
I mean, great biologist, great. I mean, these people that work for us are just amazing and smart and know what they're doing. So, I mean, we got some great external presenters, but we got a lot of great internal folks who are presenting that you're gonna love to hear from. So,
absolutely.
Yours truly, Josh Campbell.
Yeah,
Chief of Biodiversity.
We ain't got there yet, but we're gonna. Let's go ahead and jump into that one.
He's also on the agenda. We have a state wildlife action plan that, if folks don't know about the state wildlife action plan, well, there's an upcoming show, and there's so much to know about that. That's federally mandated. Is that correct, Josh?
That is correct. Every state's required to have a state wildlife action plan.
And what's that state wildlife action plan do?
What does it do?
Yeah.
So
It does a lot, doesn't it?
It does a lot. That's true. So it's really a conservation planning tool. One of those things. It highlights priority areas for land acquisition, areas where we can put conservation actions on the ground to lessen stressors and threats. But the main goal is to keep common species common, reduce the number of species that are getting listed on the federal list, or the Endangered Species Act, the list that comes from that. So the main goal of all swaps are to keep species from being listed.
Yeah.
So, and that's what the focus of that plan is what can we do to keep things from being listed.
And just a short, small tease, y'all been working on the new plan, right? And
They have to be revised every 10 years.
Okay.
And so we started our 10-year revision because the first plan was 2005. Then revised it in 2015, and now we're that 10-year mark again. So we started about 18 months ago. It has to be wrapped up September the 30th. That is the deadline. So we are racing towards the finish. Just finished with our public comments. So we're working diligently to get those public comments incorporated into the revision.
yeah,
So.
yeah.
One of the questions that I wanted to ask Josh today is, why is Tennessee biodiversity so special? And I have to write down the number of species that we have, but he tends to just roll it off the tongue. But tell us about why it's so special and what we have in Tennessee as far as numbers go.
So it's Tennessee special because of the different habitats that are available. You look at the mountaintops in East Tennessee, go all the way to West Tennessee to the bottomland hardwoods. So there's a lot of different habitats that are available for a lot of different species. And then you throw in the subterranean aspect. We got our terrestrial habitats, which are plentiful. Then we have our aquatic habitats, which are just as diverse. But then you throw in the third layer, which is karst and subterranean habitats. We have a lot of limestone that's soluble, and over time and over the eons, caves have formed. So we have a lot of subterranean habitats. We actually have more caves in Tennessee than any other state in the country.
Oh, wow.
So over 12,000 caves. So we end up with a lot of endemic species because of that. So species that are only found in one spot, one cave, one rock face in the entire state. So it sets up a unique situation that we're working very hard to conserve and ensure that these animals exist into the future. So.
Yeah.
I know one of them that I did not know is the snake-coiled.
Oh, this is one that I know the scientific name for better than the common name, which is Anguispira picta. It's a terrestrial land snail.
It's not contagious.
It's not, yes. So
Don't sneeze. No.
yes, so it has a very long common name, and I never can get it right. So I just learned the scientific name pretty quick.
Can you say that one more time, the scientific?
Anguispira picta.
Okay.
And it is a small land snail, and it only occurs in the Sherwood area in Franklin County, that cove. And there's a lot of limestone rock outcrops, and it occurs just right there. That's the only place in the world. And that actually was identified as a habitat acquisition need to conserve that species. And it is been secured. It's actually under state ownership now, Sherwood Forest. So
Yeah.
So that snail's been protected.
I think it's important to let folks know, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but we want you all to get out there and enjoy and see and see this wildlife and enjoy it, but be careful about handling it and moving things around and
No
going in these
rocks.
Go in these caves, stacking rocks. That's a big one. Yeah. Can you just on the higher level, I guess, encourage people? How would you encourage them to view wildlife and be in it and around it?
Oh yeah, we always ask people observe wildlife where it is. Don't handle, especially if you don't know what it is, because a lot of things that we deal with, especially snakes, 4 species of venomous snakes, and snake bites could happen. So if you don't know what it is, don't handle it. Let wildlife be wildlife where they're at. Habitats, it took a long time for some of these habitats to form, especially when we talk about cave and karst. Yeah. But it doesn't take very long to destroy them. So that's we've owned some caves on state lands that have been destroyed, and we've actually gated those off and don't allow human visitation now. Hopefully, over the next 10,000 years, some of those formations that have been destroyed will reform. So, but definitely be considerate and definitely don't want to damage the habitat and or the species.
Yeah.
So I want to read through that list. We have over 350 fish species, over 400 bird species. Let's see, or did I get that right? Yeah, 140 mussel species, 97 known crayfish. We know there are more out there. 65 reptile species, 75 mammal species, 85 amphibian species, and 401 snail species.
Yeah.
And that, it's not that I want to take down another state. I don't. But when I think of maybe a Western state and their lack of that diversity, where their numbers don't compare to a third of our numbers, I think, my gosh, it really reflects what we have in the state. And I think it's important to recognize some of those lesser known species because they are certainly the foundation of resilience in stable ecosystems and stable habitats across the state of Tennessee. And I'm in awe of all of our people, all the boots that we have on the ground out there because they're really doing the work to protect these species either through biological data, such as Josh's team, or law enforcement, who are ensuring that those laws are in place to protect those species for future generations. It's amazing.
And that's, from my perspective, that's why TBS is so important, because that helps us get that word out to a broader audience. And an informed public is a highly supportive and do conservation work and things like that. So getting the word out is ideal, and this is a great opportunity to learn about that biodiversity of the state.
Yeah. Well, we all know how hard it is to get the word out sometimes. Working in
Yes.
PR,
Oh, yeah.
There's so many other things out there taking over, the airwaves and things, and getting this message out. And I think this is a cool opportunity for folks to get involved and get hands on and experience what all Tennessee has. Yeah.
Yeah, and even large corporations out there today have biodiversity divisions, or we went to a biodiversity day down in Chattanooga not too long ago, and it was centered on all the ways its employees could better the environment and have a positive impact. So we see that living green, we see being eco-friendly, we see all these terms out there, but I actually look at the agency as the boots on the ground doing that work in Josh's biodiversity group. Not only are they boots on the ground, they're like fins in the water. And we know some of the caves that those people have gone down in, and let's just say...
Yes.
Could be dangerous. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. And I always joke about the cave salamander. What is that to Tennesseans? It's their
State amphibian.
It's the state amphibian, but most of us, we're not going to see it in person.
Nope.
But thank goodness that there are people within the agency and within the state of Tennessee that care about those little creatures and recognize what those healthy ecosystems mean for us as people in the state. Yeah. And then we also have to look at ecotourism. We have people that travel here every year to birdwatch. We have people travel here every year to fish for trout and see those little fish that, like a bronze darter, see those little fish that might be out of the way, but they're so beautifully colored. It means so much to the state, not just from a healthy ecosystem standpoint, but even from that, from an economic perspective.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we got about 2 minutes left here. Do we want to highlight some of our sponsors and our partners?
Most definitely. We've been so fortunate. Our cost would have been much higher for attendance, but we've been so fortunate to have State Representative Greg Vital and the Greg Vital Center reach out and be one of our top sponsors.
Yep. Bridgestone Corporation, TDEC, the Nature Conservancy, and recently Tennessee Valley Authority has sponsored the summit as well.
Great partners. Those are all great organizations. Great. They want to be a part. They want to, make an impact as well. So,
yeah. Join us that day. I cannot wait to see so many like-minded people in the room together, to be able to look around and know that everybody in the room with you is committed and loves what you love. We can move mountains with a group like that. Yeah,
definitely. Don't forget, MTSU, October 22nd. Student Union Building. Go to tnwildlife.org to find out more information. It's under the Wildlife tab. You'll got the buttons there to click to register and find all the information you need. Thank you guys for being with us. Thank you all for the work y'all do for the state, for our wildlife, and for those who enjoy it. And thank you for helping us share this opportunity. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Good work, guys. Thank you all for watching, for listening, for tuning in. Keep sharing the show and keep coming back, and we'll see you next time.
Stay connected with TWRA by visiting our website at tnwildlife.org and follow us on Facebook, X, and Instagram. You can invest in Tennessee's wildlife future by purchasing a license at GoOutdoorsTennessee.com. That's GoOutdoorsTennessee.com.